What's up, crypto universe? You're watching us rock the block live with me, your host Eugene,
Leslie Chan, Malcolm,
and I'm XJ.
XJ. All right, XJ in the house is our special guest today. This week's episode, we are doing something special for the crypto community. You can see the settings and everything is all different because this week we have Bitcoin Cash fork. It's huge news. If you're in crypto, you have not heard about it, or if you are too busy to even do your research, this is the channel for you because Rock the Block Live do the research and we give you the best bits. So listen to this for about half an hour and you'll know everything you need to know about the BCHSV versus the BCHABC. Okay, so let's take it away. Before we talk about the Bitcoin Cash fork, I think we should give tribute to the original Bitcoin Cash on 1st of August 2017 because that was how Bitcoin Cash came about. You lost money to Bitcoin Cash. Leslie, why don't you start off, kick it off first?
Yeah, I don't like Bitcoin Cash at all, man. Sorry, man. The whole purpose of Bitcoin Cash was to actually take away that whole value from Bitcoin itself. So last year itself, in November itself, when Roger Ver and Jihan came together, they wanted to create the new Bitcoin using an upgrade, the SegWit, basically segregated witness. And then they wanted to upgrade the whole transactions, into the blocks, from 1 megabyte to 2 megabyte, and so on and so forth, basically. But during that time, as a newbie, well, not so newbie, but we didn't hear of a fork before, right? Other than Ethereum. And what happened was I actually sent $15 to a friend. And because it was the forking time, okay, and really fork the Roger Ver itself, okay, he actually caused me to lose $35 worth of transactions fees.
So you want to transfer $15?
Yeah.
Transaction fee costs you
$35.
Yes, it's stupid, right? Yeah. So that's not supposed to happen because what happened was the miners. So Jihan and Roger Ver actually went to consolidate the Chinese miners basically, and then what happened is that they actually halved the entire resources that was meant for Bitcoin itself.
The hash, they put it over to Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all the miners went over to Bitcoin Cash thinking they could make a fast buck about it. Well, to me it failed, and we are today again. The only thing is because Craig Wright is out on a revenge. To me, yeah.
No, this is like Alien versus Predator. Whoever wins, we still lose. Okay, so the three words of today. Today would be Roger Ver, Craig Wright, and fork.
Alright.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Have your first drink.
Free drinking. Yeah.
You know what? I don't like this pussy drink, so I'm going to stick to my whiskey, okay? God.
Hey, cider is awesome, man.
Yeah, because we know that, again, fans of Rock the Block Live, you know that Malcolm's is our gate cheers. If he turns red, he's drank too much. So we're going to start small today, and that is why the three words is Roger Ver. Three words are Roger Ver, Craig Wright, and fork. Okay.
What's in your drink now?
Whiskey.
Yeah, my gosh, no wonder he's a bit like gone already.
Okay.
But I have to say that, Roger Ver is a very, very passionate speaker. When he spoke at I think it was called The Economy in Korea, I think somewhere in this year, start of this year. He, although whatever he was saying contradicted and didn't really make a lot of sense, but when you hear him speak, he speaks with a lot of passion, he speaks with a lot of vigor, makes you really want to believe about, you remember what him saying that Bitcoin Cash, actually is going to help save babies.
Yeah. He's
all
about financial inclusion and economic freedom was the word he used.
Yeah, so I think that the mission that he's trying to set for himself and the kind of narrative he gives himself is very powerful in terms that he's a fighter. He wants to bring world peace with cryptocurrencies.
So here's the point. He wanted to do that with Bitcoin in the first place, and he has been doing it for like 7 years. He was called Bitcoin Jesus for a reason, and he's now Bitcoin Judas.
Yeah, so he kind of betrayed the community. Looking at all these, whatever he has done with Bitcoin Cash and whatever is happening now, it kind of makes it seem like he's actually disrupting how Bitcoin is supposed to be adopted and how Bitcoin to help the world. Is actually making that process slower.
Yeah. So when Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin fork in 2017, there was a big hoo-ha about it. The whole cryptocurrency were up in arms. Miners didn't know which side to choose as well. And Roger Ver and Jihan Wu became the bad guys, right? even though if you have watched the rest of our videos like the BCH, BTC debate that we talked about sometime early this year, in my opinion, BCH, Bitcoin Cash, was the original Satoshi's vision, right? And Bitcoin, the Bitcoin that we know today is actually designed for miners.
More of a store of value. BCH, the reason why BCH was created, like it can be used for quick transactions. It makes more sense for e-commerce.
Yeah.
It actually allows you to do faucets, which is to give micro amounts of Bitcoin Cash to people.
Yeah.
Which is impossible to do with Bitcoin at that time because the transaction fee was so high.
$35.
But that's only because he forked the original blockchain.
So when you forked the blockchain, there was a division of hash rates and everything. So that problem was kind of settled over the years. But actually, you mentioned something about Bitcoin Cash almost pulled the plug on releasing Bitcoin Cash, but then they did a reversal at the end. You want to share about that?
I think late last year when Bitcoin Cash announced the division from the Bitcoin blockchain, it started the rally for the Bitcoin prices, which happened late last year, but right to a few days before the announced date, they decided to just pull the plug on the whole thing. These guys are probably just spoiled billionaires, just having an ego boost. They are really unreliable. So it has happened so many times already.
You think the two guys, Roger Ver and Craig Wright, cheers by the way.
Double cheers.
Double cheers.
It's a bit like WWE where on the stage they are fighting each other, but actually behind the scenes they're like, okay, let's kind of split the hash rates.
Yeah, exactly. So these guys are very unreliable, and I wouldn't be surprised that they are just doing it for the money. I think money is the main driving factor of what's happening all around. I mean, even from before, or from the history of blockchain till now, the wealth aspect of it is a very big deciding factor.
Yeah. I mean, you already know that you are launching something. It's your own coin, and you can kind of like in the background say, okay, you are a large producer of hash rate. You're going to come in tomorrow, and today I'm going to buy lots of SV.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask all my friends to buy. And when you come in and we overtake in hash power, that's a good reason for us to say, hey guys, SV is alive and well.
Yeah.
We are the next BCH, so come and support us. And people were like, oh, SV is gaining traction and things are moving up, and that's how people earn the big bucks, because they already know that tomorrow the hash rate is going to increase.
Yeah.
One
thing that was really disturbing for me was that all it took was just 1 times Jihan Wu to swing the hash rate between BCHSV.
Yeah. He was the biggest actually.
And to me it's that how decentralized is this if all the hash power is concentrated with amongst these guys, right?
Vitalik actually had a picture about a conference in China where about 70% of the hash rates, or the owners of these hash rates, were all sitting on the same panel. How decentralized is it when you can actually have a room full of people from the same nationality colluding with each other? I mean, the whole point of decentralization is to try to make it as worldwide as possible to reduce the risk of colluding. But if everybody is like from the same family and sitting in the same area, then we're going back to the days where all the information is just behind closed doors.
So
right?
Based on what you just said, in this case, we should be thanking Craig Wright, because without him to come in and stir shit, right?
Exactly.
There will be a lot of there will be a lot of partnering up, collusion, as you call it. Yeah. But now insert 1 times random Craig Wright, who, if you guys check out the post that he sent to Roger Ver here, where he threatened Roger Ver to put him into bankruptcy.
Wow.
Roger Ver again.
And to take him down, and the fact that that crazy guy had tons of Bitcoin to sit on. He had, apparently his net worth, he didn't mention it on air, but apparently his net worth was like 1 million Bitcoin that he has.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of rumors surrounding this guy, because he came up to say he is Satoshi Nakamoto. He became the butt of all jokes.
AKA Satoshi.
Yeah. But I mean, if you look on Google and YouTube, everybody love to just talk shit about Craig Wright, because the fact that if you look at Craig Wright versus Roger Ver, sorry, the two names came up again.
Cheers to that.
It's almost like looking at Obama trying to debate Donald Trump. Because on one camp, you have this guy going around trying to be ballsy and threatening people, talking big, trash talking his way through. And on the other side, you have the guy with the similar hairstyle to Obama as well. And I was saying, you know what, if you don't like Bitcoin, hash ABC, you're free to take whatever products you want and just go with it. And then on the other camp, you have this guy who like, you know what, if anybody does not support my product, they can go to hell because I'm going to bring everyone down. You know, so that's the kind of talk we have. But what I want to put forth today is, let's assume, right, just for today, let's just assume in this discussion that the doctor, right, who is on the SV camp, if you remove the element of brashness or bravado from his tonality, is he wrong to put forth what he's talking about? That's what I want to find out, right? If you remove that. Leslie, you have thoughts on that?
Yeah.
Because you're a big fan of, right?
CW.
CW.
Yeah. See, for him, right, he was from the original Bitcoin core, right? So this whole group of you colluding with each other, right? So they were the custodians of Bitcoin itself. Way back. And if they have been around for so long, what I didn't like about what RV did was that he actually, taught people how to fork the Bitcoin blockchain.
You said fork.
I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So and what happens after that? You had Bitcoin Gold, you had Bitcoin Diamond, you had all the Bitcoin shit basically that came out after Bitcoin Cash. You know, they
inspired a movement.
they divided, okay, basically, right? So, and as a result, I feel that Dr. Craig Wright has, there you go, and he's bringing it back to where Bitcoin was supposed to be, and he's taking his sweet revenge at this moment of time. To me, that's how I feel. Thank you, CW, for that $35.
I think
unworthy spend.
Yeah, because it being so divided, going off a trajectory that none of us can recognize Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash anymore. After a while, it kind of like seemed like they were doing the same thing, and you couldn't really tell
the difference.
And also, the whole vision of Nakamoto's white paper, which was the 10 years anniversary just a few weeks ago.
Correct.
When I really went to reread it, and it was just only 8 pages long, wasn't like a whole essay on things. He just wanted to make money free.
Yeah.
Make it easy for people to transact and to keep.
So would then CSW in this case be doing the right thing? As I said, ignoring his antics on air.
Yeah.
He wants to go back to the original vision of Satoshi Nakamoto based on a white paper where he says everything else that came out with the ICO market, with the Bitcoin, it's almost like an experiment for Bitcoin. It's not the real vision. And that is why Bitcoin Cash Satoshi's vision was about going back to the roots. And if we just base it on that argument alone, would you not think that could perhaps be the right move if you are all blockchain enthusiasts?
I think for people who are a little bit more hardcore, and really wants to see the vision of Naka or Satoshi kind of really come to life, I think it makes a lot of sense. But I think another way of thinking about it is that as the years go by, we have to evolve. Things have to change. Sometimes the change may not be for the better, but it's still change nonetheless, and we have to experiment and go forward with it. We cannot just keep sticking to ideology that came out 10 years ago. Whether which ideology is the right one, I'm not sure, but I know that the original white paper was the thing that inspired me to kind of like think of cryptocurrency as more than just a store of value. And in a way it's cool, but another way I have no idea how it's going to impact things like merchant adoption, for example. If you want to talk about making Bitcoin payment mainstream, how is SV going to help with merchant adoption compared to ABC? For now, I'm still not clear what are the benefits.
You bring up a very good point. XJ, do you want to have something to chip in on that?
I think a few months back the market was kind of stabilizing a little bit. We are seeing like institutions trying to adopt, or at least making a lot of effort to try and adopt it into into mainstream. You start to see payments channel coming out. There's a lot of all these things, but with this recent saga, I feel that we're all back to square one. We're all back to square one. I mean, people are starting to see actual use. Actually, the price of Bitcoin price was pretty stable, hovering around 6,000 plus. But now, I mean, to see that Bitcoin just tumbling down to 4,500 is just ridiculous. I mean, what would the merchant be doing? Yeah.
So CW actually proved a point, didn't he? He actually kind of told Roger off that. Oh, it's Roger. Oh, I said Roger, right? So he kind of told Roger off that, hey, I just managed to fork the coin. Oh, sorry, fork again. I'm sorry. Yeah. And Bitcoin Cash has vulnerabilities as well. And it's not what as Roger Ver has proclaimed to be for it to be. Yes, there you go.
But you think the price of Bitcoin tumbling had a little bit to do with this whole saga that's happening right now?
I think it just, the whole saga just proves to, I mean, everyone, even institutional investors that I think it's too easily manipulated.
Too fickle.
Yes,
right?
that was right. That was why. So you start to see a lot of panic selling off from a lot of people. We don't know who those people are, but we start to see that even the Bitcoin had a very good support level at 6,000 plus. It just went straight down, 5, now it's 4.5.
Like a lack of confidence, or like people thinking, if the whole market can be gamed by two guys who want to see who has a bigger dick, how can we have confidence that this whole thing is
but the counter argument here would be that it's required to weed out the bad actors. Like you said, you don't trust any of the guys, right? Yeah. And you said that Bitcoin Cash is still all in the very infant stage of its development. Yeah. Perhaps this could be the turning point where people do recognize that it's not stable enough to run a business on crypto. So A, this could tank the whole market. But B, this could also be, if you were to believe, the crypto movement, this could be the reset that we need to evolve from that. People lost money in ICO, market crash, but we evolve from that. In fact, this could also be a test to Bitcoin, where we might see possibly Bitcoin losing dominance in the market. Oh, God forbid, we have all Bitcoins here. But if Bitcoin themselves cannot get the act together and it takes all just a few dominant players to shift the market, and if crypto still remains, Bitcoin could then lose its flavor.
But I mean, I'm not too sure about this, but how is Bitcoin Core's team reacting to these news? Do you know?
I know. I like
sidelines, man. Let them fight them
no,
out, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I was following. I had like more than 8 hours. I think probably 10 hours of research on just hearing both this gentleman's voice, right? And put it this way: if I'm Bitcoin Core and I know that I'm not the original vision, I would let Bitcoin Cash fight it out.
Yeah, and
right?
let them die
Let them
themselves.
die, kill each other. And I'm like, okay, guys, I'm the real BTC. Woot woot. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, who cares what happened 10 years ago? Who cares about the white paper? The fact that these two guys coming out to fight over who is true makes no one a winner at the end of it.
It's very childish. So I think Bitcoin Core made a good move by staying out of the picture. I don't think anybody from their camp is really being very aggressive in their opinions.
I think they're just like making
you
popcorn.
You didn't hear the twins doing anything, right?
Like although we can agree that Bitcoin Core now functions better as a store of value as compared to an actual currency or a way to transfer assets. Yeah. I think things will change when the Lightning Network gets implemented, but that will still take a while. So for now, I think if you're talking about really using it as a currency, SV, ABC do have a better chance. But in terms of retaining value and being like the king, I think BC
so I'm going to give you a hypothetical. Like way before the fork happened. There you go. I'm making everyone drink.
You know what? Finish up. I need a top up.
The miners would have stayed and mined Bitcoin. There wouldn't be a division of resources.
Yep.
And it's only because Bitcoin Cash now is part of that whole divided resources. What will happen in terms of what you just mentioned earlier?
Okay, so this is actually a loss for all three of them. So BCH, BCHABC, and BCHSV are now sharing a mining pool that came from a single source, which is BCH, the original BCH. Yeah. So now this 100% of hash rate that was supposed to be for just BCH is now split among to three. Because from what I know, BCH is also still going.
Yes.
Yeah.
BCHSV is also going.
Yeah.
And ABC is also going. So now these three are moving in tandem.
So if I'm a miner, I wouldn't want to mine BCH at all.
Definitely not, because BCH difficulty is still very high because it's weighted at how it was previously, but the prices took an amazing tumble. Now it's like $200 for one BCH. So
no one mining BCH is making money. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. So BCH will eventually die down. I mean, miners have to be practical. Yeah. The tragedy of commons is a way to describe people who knows that doing the right thing is good, but when there's no incentivization to do it, they're not going to do it. So even though people say, hey, the original BCH is still the best, I want to keep mining BCH because I feel that it is very meaningful to me. I think that I believe in this white paper, I believe in this direction. But if it's not profitable, there's nothing you can do about it. And after a while, you're just like, although I'm passionate about it, it is not making me money. So then they have to move to either choose camps, ABC or SV, that kind of thing. I think SV currently the mining, the hash rate is getting is more from the individual smaller players, which is a good thing. Yeah. Whereas ABC is being supported by RV and Jihan, so they have they already have the bulk of the hash rate right there. I think if you talk about hash wars, it's about two things. One is about political stuff, like because Jihan owns a lot of the hash rate, even though maybe SV is more profitable, he's not going to shoot himself in the foot, right? But it has a lot to do with difficulty levels and profitability. I think the one that can give the most juicy kind of like deal to the miners will be the best. But yeah, I think it's not helping anybody. It is really everybody just killing themselves. It is not helping. Network is getting slower. Network is getting more expensive. And it's just dividing people into more camps.
It's like the whole freaking crypto market is bad enough as it is this year. We can really...
It's been terrible.
Would you think that perhaps because the market is bad, they're taking the opportunity now to do the fork as opposed to doing it next year when it's getting up? Could that be a strategic move? What do you think?
Maybe billionaires are bored. I have no idea. Maybe they're just like, there's something to do now. So boring, What's that?
You talk about billionaire and what's boring. I think they would save more money not doing this than actually going into whose cock is bigger kind of fight. Really, like this is not helping the market. And if they're billionaires and they're depending on their crypto portfolio to be billionaires, this is not helping anybody. So I'm going against the popular notion that everyone thinks CSW is a crazy nut. But if you actually listen to his interview, right? As I said, I spent many hours listening to all his interviews. Dr. CSW is really an intelligent person, in my opinion, right? When he talks shit, he's only seen, as far as I can tell, is the fact that he is too obnoxious and arrogant, Donald Trump style, that rubs people the wrong way. And he talked about proof of social media. He doesn't believe in social media. He doesn't believe in marketing. But we all know that in crypto, your community and your consensus, people backing you up and showing you the love, it's so important. So it's almost like you may be intelligent, you may be on the right path, but because of your arrogance, you are actually killing the market. So as I said, it's easy to just try to shit on Craig Wright.
Because he's so controversial.
Yeah. But for the purpose of this review, I'm throwing out a spanner in the works. Like, let's assume that he might be right. Because if you listen to the stuff that he talked about, right? He wants to go back to Satoshi Nakamoto vision. He's a fundamentalist. He talks about ICO. He talks about a lot of stuff that actually, if you ignore his arrogance, makes sense.
And it makes sense. It's radical, but
but what if he's right? That's my question. What if he's right?
I think like Donald Trump, like you said, is a very good comparison.
Yeah.
He's obnoxious, he's crazy, he's going back to the days where white supporting the middle class, the blue collar.
But no one can say that the American financial market did not improve 4% because of him. So if you take away that arrogance, my question is, are people like these guys correct? So that itself is worth thinking, because if they are right and we are wrong, or the majority consensus is wrong, then it may be worthwhile to look at BCHSV as a form of, hedging your risks.
Actually, I feel that when you talk about this, there's an opportunity cost at this stage. Every war, there is bound to be someone making some money. I think CSW has created an opportunity for who? Specifically to Satoshi's vision. For the people, the average man on the street, to actually come in and buy Bitcoin at a lower price. You earlier mentioned that institutions were coming in at 6,000 plus. Now he's just brought the price down to how much? Going back down. So I think this is a good opportunity for everyone to get some Bitcoins that's available in the market.
Exactly. I think I totally agree with you. I mean, although there's this huge fire or disaster that's going on, but maybe from the ashes, a phoenix can rise up. Everyone can start. It's like, hey, actually, it's a good time to buy Bitcoin. I myself bought some Bitcoin just recently as well. So I thought, yeah, and you have to agree that although there's the fire still going on, but it has actually stirred up something in the trading volumes. Because before the whole saga, the trading volume is just like that. All the exchanges are losing money. So I mean right now it has increased. It has started a movement. So probably you'll see a huge spike in the trading volume, and hopefully that is what can bring us back from whatever that was previously. I mean you can see from the whole thing last year, like the China FUD. Yeah. When China just declared a whole ban on thing, the whole market just went dead. But I mean from right after that, the whole market just rebounded and just finished off.
I think exchanges are really happy these few days.
They're making money. Exchanges always making money.
So many people have been buying and selling. BCHSV, even now Ether is at $140. People are going crazy. Those who are holding are crying. Those who don't have it are celebrating. A good time to get in. I think it has been a pretty interesting.
If you look at it from a very financial inclusive angle, this reset is actually good for people.
I mean, the market cap now is at 140 billion. The last time we were here was last year in, I would say, March, and we came from a high of 880 billion, and now we're at 140 billion.
Oh my god, so crazy.
And if you think about it, so much Bitcoin is actually being lost. People either forget the private keys or they throw away the computer.
It's about 25%.
And the fact that it can still go down to $4,000, it really amazes me. It's only 21 million Bitcoins in the world. 25% is lost, so a good 5 million of the coins are gone. So there's 16 million coins left. Not all are minted yet, but the price still can tumble to such a level. Really surprises me.
But here's the thing, not everyone has a Bitcoin wallet with Bitcoins in them, right? So if you look at Coinbase's just by them alone itself, the number of users that's actually owning Bitcoins, it's actually a very small fraction of the entire amount in comparison to the world's financial system.
Yeah, definitely. I think now it's still considered very early.
So speaking of wallet, right? BCHSV does not have any Explorer or wallet to store BCH. It was almost like not Roger, Craig Wright.
Okay.
Did not intend to win the war. He just intended to create chaos.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
In terms of we're always talking about fighting wars, right? I think there's no winners in wars. It's just one group that loses less.
Yeah.
I think right now the one group that loses less is still ABC. They are still a bit more stable, but that's where the interesting part about crypto comes in to me. Because it's all about hype.
Yeah.
What makes the most sense in terms of technology does not always win. Omise goes at $1. And Omise has tons of traction. Both in Thailand they are very popular.
Yeah.
And around the world as a currency is very cool. But the price has tumbled from something like $40 to $1.
Oh please, $40 to $1.
But that's when Bitcoin
we talk
was
about
at
Neo, we talk about Omisego. When we go into the realm of altcoins, we are just going to be in depression here because then we need to have like a support group.
But you see, the things that actually flew like crazy are things like Verge, are things like Dogecoin.
But I think we are still very early in the stage for the altcoins because they are still dependent on Bitcoin as the main pairing.
To me, is what coin gets more hype can moon the fastest. It's not really about the technology. After a while,
it's about the money.
It becomes a bit boring. It's about the vocal, how vocal your supporters are.
Actually, speaking of vocal and supporters, actually, you're from Whale Blocks. You have like a ton of whales in because your community is all about the freaking money, right? Like, tell me what.
Show me the money.
Tell me how is it like on your camp? Because we talk about technology here, we talk about business here, but we forgot about the people with actually the money to move the market.
Right. So actually, like what Malcolm said, the hype factor and the market sentiment is I think the number one priority of all these people. But I mean, ultimately, when people are looking to go to the moon, they are looking to get in early at a coin or token that's very widely talked about, like what you said, like Verge and Dogecoin. So all these like how to say rich, more wealthy people in our community looks at this. They're looking at how sold out are they, who are they backed by, things like that. They are not really looking about the technology.
Right, okay. So, how strong is the correlation between good technology and high demand?
Yeah.
Does it always means if you have very good technology, mean your demand is always very high?
I would not think so. I mean, it really depends on the core team member on how they want to market it, and I feel that the marketing game is really strong. I mean, you can have a few months ago you can have McAfee doing some magic on certain coin, and yeah, exactly, and things will just move. Yeah, marketing actually is a very key factor. The community and the marketing.
So between BTC, BCHABC, and BCHSV, which would you support?
I would support BTC. I mean,
that's where the money is,
yeah,
right?
That's where the money is. I still think that it's still one of the most stable and widely recognized coins out there. I mean, even if how do you put it? If you go out there and you know, being in the industry for this short amount of time, people who don't know about crypto, the first thing to kind of, hey, so do you know about Bitcoin? Or, oh, how's your Bitcoin? The first thing to ask is how's your Bitcoin? You don't ask about your other coins. Yeah. So I mean, to convert from there, if they were to get into crypto, I'm guessing the first coin they will get into is Bitcoin.
BTC. Yeah. And they would assume that that's the original BTC.
Correct. Yeah.
So hey, you know what, Dr. Craig Stephen Wright. Just I think as a form of conclusion to this whole show, we've probably exceeded half an hour. My internal clock's telling me we exceeded half an hour. Frankly, no one really gives a fuck about BCHSV. It may be the original vision. Personally, I like you. I think that your cock is bigger than Rogerverse. But in terms of the entire market, the health of the market, the wealth of the market, if you are truly Satoshi Nakamoto that you say you are, obviously you and I know that you are not, but let's assume that we're talking about the belief and the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto. Yes, you got that pinpoint right. But what you're doing with regards to how you're doing it, now that's something we're not down with that. Well, here's a fucking newsflash for you. This entire fucking scene is based on people and community. If you cannot buy in our votes and loyalty, you have lost us. So maybe you may be the original Satoshi Nakamoto. But you know what? Right now, despite Roger Ver not having the love in 2017, beside you, he looks like a fucking god. Yeah. Okay? So if you want to save the community, you're doing it all wrong. Yeah. Now, here's coming from Rock the Block Live with a little bit of Asian humility. If you're going to go out to the market, shoot off your mouth as if you're the guy with the biggest dick driving a Lambo, you may be right, but you're going to lose the fucking war. The person who can win this and bring everybody together towards maybe even a false vision is the person who knows how to bring the crowd together. And unfortunately, it's not you, Doctor. Before we end off, anybody want to say something?
So Bitcoin's price is at all-time low at this point of time. Let's do a for the fun of it prediction.
Predictions?
Yeah, I think end of this year, probably about 7 to 8.
7 to 8.
That's a I think that's pretty okay.
I'll say about
okay,
6.5.
What about yours?
I'm optimistic, so I'll stay between 10 and 12.
Wow,
You guys must know it's already November, no? Yeah. End of this year is just next month.
Yeah, end of the year.
This is crypto, bro. It's crypto, man. Right. No. But look, I would agree with you if BARC was still around. But BARC is going to launch in 24th January. Okay. And that's probably why the market is still kind of languishing.
Yeah.
So
the delay in ETF, right?
Yeah. The ETF is probably going to help a lot.
No, just to kind of sidetrack away from today's very serious topic, right? We do need something that will rally the market together again, and new money to come in. Not talking about our money putting from one project to another project, selling here and buying there. It's not going to work. We need
the market cap has to be the same.
You know, you got 150 in the market cap today. The money just goes around and on. Okay, my take is it's going to be end of this year between 6.5 to 9. But once it hits 24th of January 2019, it's going to be a fucking moon, baby. Because you know why? If you compare .com era in the $3 trillion rate where the bubble was, and compare where the blockchain market is today at $150 billion, this is child's play to anyone. But what we did not account for and what mainstream news did not record is the amount of growth in the blockchain industry this year. It may be bad for retail investors because we're all losing money. There's no talk about it. But hey, if you take a look, just take a look at how the market is performing. We're talking about IBM, Hyperledger. We're talking about all the various big boys coming in to use blockchain as a use case. I think they're just waiting for 2019
With some good news, right?
with some good news.
In my opinion, any year is better than 2018. I hope.
I still remember in 2017, everyone was talking about, oh, 2018 will be the year for blockchain. Bitcoin prices like, oh my god. Look at where we are now.
But this is where we are today. So this is our prediction, guys. We're launching this in November. So, well, let's see how this fares in a few months' time. Actually, I'd love to have you on the show again and see how your
Pleasure to
whales
be
and
here.
your investment is doing. Well, my name is Eugene Tay. You guys are watching Rock the Block Live.
That's the Wanchain.
Malcolm?
And XJ.
See you guys in the next video.